Welcome to another episode of Tool v Tool. As you can see right now, I'm focusing on fishing. I just got 40 fishing. I just headed over here to start fishing some lobbies. And it didn't take too long, surprisingly. 20 fishing, I went over to Barbarian Village, and it took me, I'd say an hour or two there to get to 40. And it shouldn't have taken that long, but I actually ended up depositing the trout and salmon so I could cook it for later and use it as food, and also because my cooking level is only 11 right now, so I need that fish to raise it to 40 so I can cook these lobsters. And I know this isn't very efficient right now to fish lobbies at 40 fishing, but it's AFKable, it's easy, and why not? It's pretty good fishing XP, I guess. Like, I started this right when I hit 40. I'm almost 41, so it's annoying how these things change, though. I believe now it's like over here. Yeah, alright. So anyways, yeah, I kind of went away from focusing on my combat skills and from questing. What? Wait. Oh my god. Fork. No, I'm not gonna die, please. Fucker. Alright. So yeah, as I was saying, I stopped focusing on questing, such as Monkey Madness, for a little bit to try and raise my fishing, because I think this will help more in the long run. I think, hopefully. But yeah, as far as animal magnetism goes, I got the requirement, which was 18 crafting, and I actually have 21 crafting now, so it's pretty cool. Future goals, definitely fishing needs to be a lot higher. I guess ultimate goal would be to like fish shark and stuff, try to make some banka, but for now lobbies is good. Slayer needs to be higher. It's really hard to do Slayer with this combat, so probably gonna have to raise combat first, maybe trade on some rock crabs or something. I think that's okay with my stats. Still staying 1 def, obviously. Smithing and mining, not my thing. I know it's, the same. You might say, oh, it's the same thing as fishing and stuff, but I don't know. I prefer these kind of skills, not so much mining and smithing. So I think I'm gonna leave those at 1 for now. And I think that's enough about my skills. In this episode, I wanted to talk about scamming and luring. Now, I think in a previous video we mentioned this kid Blake, and we didn't really go into detail. We said we would go into detail in a later video. Well, this is that later video. So, there's this kid Blake. Well, actually, no. Let's go before that. So, me and Seth is Thug Unit, just in case you guys don't know. Seth, say hi. Yeah, he's mad in the background. But me and Seth, before EOC, before we quit, I wouldn't say we were professional lures and scammers, but we lured some kids. We didn't really scam. We just basically lured. So wait, hold on. Seth, is there a bank here?
Where?
Next to White Wolf Mountain where I'm fishing?
Fishing at White Wolf? You mean Cather Bay?
Oh yeah, there is. Never mind. All right. So back to the story. So before, me and Seth used to lure a bunch of people. We made, I don't know, we lured some declaws here and there, maybe a dragon plate body, pretty much normal. Nothing really special. We never got party hats or anything, but we did that for a while. Our banks were, I'd say, I don't know, between the both of us, probably 500-600 mil. And we both pretty much had turmoil. I almost had it till you'll see. But yeah, so we did a bunch of that stuff, and we kept doing it. And then we met this kid Ben. Now Ben was in our clan. Our clan was called, like, I don't even know, what was it called? Like Dark Destiny, Final Destination, some shit like that.
I forgot. I don't know.
Some 5-year-old name. So anyways, we were in that clan, and we met this kid Ben, and he was like, "Oh, you want to Skype?" And he's Benji, so we got him on Skype, and we started talking, and we're like, "Okay, this kid's pretty cool." So we kept talking to him. We Did we lure anyone with Ben, Seth?
With Ben,
Yeah.
I mean, we tried, but Ben sucks at learning.
Yeah, I think we tried. We never really got anything accomplished. But, so we tried here and there. But most of all, we were just friends. And then one day, I had a bunch of Dragon Bones, and I was just chilling at the Gilded Altars, you know, trying to get Turmoil. I was about 86 prayer. And then Seth already had Turmoil, so we were just talking with me, Blake, and Seth on Skype. And then Ben's like, "Oh, do you guys want to meet my friend Blake? You know, he's like a really good lure, and he's a cool friend and stuff." And we were like, "Okay, you know, what harm could he do?" Little did we know. No. So, so Ben invited him to the call, and I asked him if he was mad. I was like, "Man, no." But so Ben invited him to the call, and we started talking. He was like, "Oh, like how much have you guys lured and stuff?" And you know, we told him the truth. We've lured some stuff here and there. And then he's like, "Oh, I can like help you guys out sometime." And he's like, we're like, "Oh, that'd be cool." And then he gave Seth like 2 mil or something, cause Seth was like, I need like mats or something." What did you ask for? And he gave you like 2 mil. Do you remember?
I know he helped me get Void.
Yeah, and he also helped me get Void and stuff. So, yeah, so we considered him a pretty generous and nice guy. Now, you might call us stupid for falling for this, but one day, it was about 3 in the morning. I was knocked out. I was knocked the fuck out. I don't know what I was doing that night, but Seth was playing Runescape, and he gets a message from Ben, and it says like, "Hey, it's Blake, who supposedly hacked Ben's account." You know, but for all we know, Ben could have been working with Blake to, to scam us. But so he messages Ben. I mean, he messages Seth, and he's like, "Hey, if you don't give me all your money and shit, then I'm gonna hack you and Hawk Junior 10's account." And then Seth's like, I mean, Seth, it was 3 in the morning. He must have been stoned. He was probably tired or something. Whatever went through his mind. Seth was like, you know, "Oh, okay, whatever. I'll give you all our shit." So, Seth gives Ben's account all of his stuff. Then he logs out, logs onto my account, and gives Ben all my stuff. And that totaled up to probably 400 mil, I'd say. So, Ben, or Blake, is 400 mil richer now. And then, you know, he's talking shit. And then I wake up at, I don't know, 9 and 10. And Seth, like, calls me frantically. And he's like, he's like, "Man." And then he tells me, like, "Oh, what the fuck happened? Like, I don't know what happened, but, like, all your stuff's gone." So I was like, kind of hooky, kind of suspicious. So I log in, and, you know, all my shit's gone. So I was like, "What the fuck happened?" Seth told me, and I was like, I was pretty pissed, not gonna lie, but I got over it. It's just a game, YOLO. But as far as this Blake kid, yeah, he scammed us, and ever since then, we haven't really scammed or lured anyone. I don't know if it's because we learned our lesson or we've just been lazy, but yeah. And so then, you know, I called the kid Blake on Skype, and I was like, "Fuck you, faggot," and all that shit. And he's like, "Oh, you're mad," and I was like, "Kill yourself." And so after that, we didn't talk for a while. We still talked to Ben because we don't know for sure if he had something to do with it or whether he's just a tool, but we still talk to him. He's a pretty cool guy. And what was it? Last week on Thursday or something, Blake goes over to Ben's house, and wait, is he tagging me? No. So Blake goes over to Ben's house, and then Ben tells us, and we're like, "Okay, get the kid on Skype." So we're video chatting, right? It's me, Seth, and Seth's brother Adam, and we're just playing RuneScape, and we're on video chat with Ben and his friend Blake. And so, you know, we're obviously talking shit. He's talking shit. Seth calls him a fat fuck, no life, fucker, some shit like that. And then Blake comes up with some retarded comebacks. Like, he told us that we have no life, even though it was 07scape. So back, what was it, last Saturday or whatever, we were like level 20 or something, and he's level 16. He's telling us we have no life. We spend all day on RS, and we're like, no. You're kind of the one who's 40 levels higher than us. He's like, "Oh, whatever." So Yeah, that was pretty fun talking shit to him. Fuck him. But yeah, overall, that's my little scamming story for you guys. Never trust tools, you know. You know, yeah. Yay. Seth, you got anything to add?
Yeah. I guess he covered it all, Reed.
But all in all, never trust hoes. Never trust desperate white kids who are willing to do anything to get some their hand on some pixels. Especially, oh, I'll tell you guys another story later about this kid named Johnny.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And we could give him a little story on what's his name, Pink Says.
Oh, who's Pink and why is he peasant? Yeah, we'll tell you guys in a later story. But for now, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a series out of our little scamming stories or something, or I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that little thing. Yeah, don't trust anybody. And if somebody messages you saying, give me all your stuff or I'm gonna hack you, don't listen to them. Because if they could really hack you, then they'd actually take your stuff and hack you simultaneously. So, lesson learned, you know. But
In my defense, EOC was coming.
you didn't know.
What?
But in the end, EOC came out.
Yeah.
We quit that shit anyways. And it's 07scape. It's new. It's thick. So it didn't matter, but I mean, I guess it was worth it to learn a little lesson here and there, but yeah. Gee breathe. Alright. Baby.